All right, everybody. Welcome to what are we back to? Round two action.
Yeah, this is some round two action.
Nice. My name is Temple. I'm here with Daniel RGT. Daniel, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited for this race. Always enjoy watching a good Boogie percent race, and personally, ClassicJames is one of my favorite runners to watch. So, I'm happy to be commentating this race.
Yeah, brackets have been pretty wild.
Upset city.
Yeah, I think the 2, 3, and the 4 are out.
Yeah, we still have the number one seeded player, which is ClassicJames, and the 5th seeded player, which is myself. But the rest of them are dropping like flies, like some no good flies specifically.
Yeah, it's been a crazy brackets, lots of upsets. So anything could happen here. I know Slug is on the little league plan, which is just play to lose and just catch the dub, and it's been working out for her.
Yeah, I mean, we've already had a lot of upsets. Unfortunately, you could be a super good runner, have such a strong PB, but if Onet wants to kill you 4 times, it will. And it's already happened to several runners. We've had an absolute bloodbath of a bracket stages, just all around. We've had Boogey Tent be a jerk, Onet be a jerk, and that's contributed to a lot of these upsets, I think.
Yep, PRV's been showing up. It's been all around carnage this year. Good for us, not so fun for the racers.
Yeah, it's stressful when you're the runner, but as a viewing experience, it does make it can make it exciting to see very close races, which we've already had a couple. We had a race between Boeing and Dez that literally kind of came down to a trick or trick kid right in front of the Boogie Tent, just kind of getting in the way of Boeing potentially maybe pulling ahead. They were about 6 seconds apart coming into 3, which is absolutely insane to have a race that close.
Yeah, that far in. We've had a couple good close ones in brackets. Some blowouts in Swiss, but some nice close races in brackets, which are always fun to see.
Yeah, and for James right now, James historically in previous tournaments does very well in either round robin or Swiss, whatever type of pool situation we have. And then when we get to brackets, James historically has had a lot worse luck. So I know James specifically is going to be looking for hopefully the game to be a lot, to continue to be nice to him, because it has been, they're the number one seed for a reason. They've had apart from playing super well, they've had honestly some really good luck as well, and so they're hoping to see Earthbound kind of keep that up for them.
Yeah, Jem's definitely had a lot of those fights where it's like he either gets hit and it's rip, or it just works out that he heals, and it's been working out in his favor quite a bit throughout the tourney. So
yeah, just putting up some absolutely insane times.
But yeah, anyone's game here. I know Jams isn't like ready to dominate this race or anything. I'm sure he's well aware he could lose.
Yeah, I think they have a full understanding of what Earthbound is capable of, and they're gonna be playing it as safe as they can. But despite there being a seed discrepancy between these two runners, James knows that Slug has already in the Swiss stages even pulled a couple upsets, so knows that Slug is a good runner, can definitely win this race. And James also is the nicest person you'll ever meet, so I think he believes that anyone would have the capacity to beat him, and I genuinely believe that he genuinely thinks that.
Yeah, it's not
because
fake,
he's just such a nice dude that he's just like, yeah, you could do it. Like, he believes in everyone, including his opponent.
Yeah, definitely. It's like supremely humble.
Absolutely, one of the most humble people for how good they are at this game. They're quite strong. You know, had several world records in several categories at this point. So like, you know, they've been around, and they have the times to kind of prove it. Unfortunately, getting some rough luck there, but it just requires a quick despawn. Once again, this is going to be a little bit better, but that snake is annoying.
Yeah, there's a lot going on screen.
Yeah, the stutter here is important. We're looking for something to not be ahead of James here. Meanwhile, Slug having pretty easy go of that first section, but James having nothing on this bend here is huge. This bend
Yeah.
loves to have enemies.
Yep, that getting past that first bend is huge, especially that smoothly.
Yeah, but very nice of Slug to see that the crow is stuck on the tree like that. A dog coming out of nowhere, but good reactions. And James is already to the top. The dog is back. He never left. So spooky start for James, but really just a super clean follow-up. And Slug having a little bit less good luck, but as long as there's no spawn right here, yeah, you know, not that far behind. Pretty good hills for both of them.
Yeah, I think by most people's standards, that was still a really good hill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jam just had that little hiccup, and like you said, just smooth sailing after that. Jams with a decent pokey pull.
Yeah, it's not bad. You want Pokey to be as close to the meteorite as possible, because Buzz doesn't start talking until Buzz touches the top of Pokey's head. So you try and walk vertically upwards to pull Pokey closer to the meteorite. That way Buzz gets to Pokey quicker. So any amount you do it automatically will save just a little bit of time. Buzz does move quite slow.
Pretty much any time an NPC is moving, you wanna optimize that movement. It's super slow.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fast-moving NPCs really, except for the person who has to go to the bathroom. That guy moves quick.
Yeah, he's moving for sure.
Which, by the way, I have to say thank you for finding out in your limit break race, finding out who had to go to the bathroom. I really appreciated it. It's my favorite part of Ancient Cave.
Sometimes you just gotta, you know.
You gotta know.
Yep.
Okay, both runners are going to be picking up this bread roll here. Starman fight, you cannot lose, but we'll be looking to see how much Buzz hits for. That determines whether or not it's a 2 cycle or a 3 or 4 cycle. Getting a guard on the first turn, very nice for James. It's the quickest animation that Starman Jr. can do.
He got some decent damage off of it as well, despite it being a defend. It's like 178, 180, pretty close.
Yeah, Starman has like 10 health, but unfortunately I think it's still going to be another cycle, unless less crits or something like that. 105 for Slug.
Yeah, decent. Well, there's a charge forward
there for James. So a 3 cycle for James.
755. Slug should be close.
Yeah, this next hit could do it. We'll see what Buzz hits for. We're looking for another charge forward.
Oh no.
Pretty low, but it's not a defend. It's not a defend, it's just a low roll on that. So this is going to be a 3 cycle for Slug as well.
A little higher there would have been nice, but
yeah, it could have kept it a little bit closer, but you know, roughly they still have like the same distance between them. Unfortunately, I think James got 2 defends and Slug has only gotten 1.
There we go. So about
something like 40-ish, 45 seconds, something like that.
40 to 45 delta at Starman.
Yeah, that could be made up very quickly. How was your day, Con? My day was just fine.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I thought we were talking about comms during the day race. I think it was Sarah that did comms during that.
I believe it was Ness and Sarah. And day is a harsh term to use. It was the morning for a
Yeah,
lot of
true.
It's very early in the morning. Alright, so James is going to be looking out for some spawns ahead here, potentially. Completely empty, though. Just gets to walk right through.
It was a very morning time.
So just a little equipment shopping here for James. Slug, unfortunately, getting a snake spawn in a place that she didn't really feel like having to deal with it. Could potentially use the trees as cover, but you don't know what's ahead of you, so that dog. I like to think it's the same dog.
It's always the same dog.
It's always the same dog. It just comes running in out of nowhere. But, you know, minimal spawns, like some light despawning for Slug, able to get through just fine. We're going to see James fight this first Pogo Punk here, though.
First Pokepunk always a little dangerous, but
Yeah, you could definitely die. But that's a great first turn. 14 damage is great. This Pogo Punk is only falling over.
and missing.
No damage, that's crazy. Right now, James is ahead. His name is Alan. Alright, so full HP coming for this Pogo Punk. Potentially being able to use just the bread roll to, so far, not even taking any damage.
Yeah, zero damage run.
Zero damage first two Pogo Punks, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, you don't see that really ever.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
That luck looks like James is still riding the wave.
Yeah, he's laughing. I'm kind of laughing. Oh, 2 damage. So we probably still use the bread roll for that 2 damage. You want to be at max HP coming into Frank.
Yeah, you don't want any amount of HP taken away.
Yeah, it can be very dicey. And if Frank hits you, you gotta heal. That is, is a really scary situation for Slug here.
Oof, got through. Yeah, that was getting there.
Yeah. Maybe one more turn for Frank here on James. Nice, gets through it. We're moving on to Frankie's side.
Frankenstein's first attack, it's never going to hit you for more than like 15, 16. I guess you could get... There's rarities where it gets a little higher than that, but it's never going to hit you for like 30 or anything there on that first turn, so...
No, he can't do that attack on that first turn there. He'll always blow a burst of steam on the first turn, and then hit you with the weak attack on the second turn, and then a burst of steam. And then either a weak or strong attack. The strong attack can do, you know, up to 30, 33-ish, something like that.
Jam just cruising through the first little bit of on it here.
Yeah, the Frank and Frankenstein went a little bit less well than, you know, the Pogo Punks prior. But, you know, still, you're happy to always get through it alive. It's basically the most important part. Slug here starting Frank. Oh, she accidentally attacked again, I think. Or she's playing this super risky.
Oh,
And now, oh, she lives. He did the weak attack. It's a wild play, but it worked out great. She has tons of psychic points coming into Frankenstein.
yeah, potential no post-fight heal here if she wanted. I guess you could try to set that up, but depends on how she wants to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slug playing risky. As one kind of must do this deep in the brackets.
Yeah, you might feel like it's worth it to go for these big risky plays if you feel it might help you pay off. And honestly, it did pay off. That was a very quick Frank and Frankenstein as a result. You waste a lot of time, healing, and if you can get away with not doing it, obviously you will do that. It's just really scary. She might still go for the heal though, just for pure safety. Oh no, she's skipping it.
Nice. I think that's pretty good call.
Yeah, she still needs to life up. So hopefully she remembers to do that.
There's a chance you catch butterflies.
Yep, yeah, you can also get a butterfly or eat a burger right beforehand, which you just have one less burger for ants or something like that. But
True.
It ends up being okay.
Yeah, that's a good call. Just take the extra burger.
All right, and James entering the giant step now. Going to be grinding. We need to fight 22 slugs total to hit level 8, which is when we get PSI rockin', which is really what allows us to fight Ant with non-manip. Because even if you were to somehow get 2 bombs unmanipulated, they won't necessarily roll enough damage to kill Titanic Ant.
Rat City.
Yeah, there's no slugs currently. It's just mice. Got our first 4-pack here. And yeah, Paintrade makes a good point. Antoids, the manipulation also makes the Antoids use life up on themselves rather than Titanic Ant. And those Antoids are special. They won't hit you. They only cast life up. So there's a good chance they target Titanic Ant with the life ups.
I didn't know that. They only life up.
Yeah, those specific Antoids will only ever life up.
Learn something new. They're just always so quick and dead in any run. I guess I've never noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Slug. Gonna have to call upon her people here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Summon the slugs.
Stuttering 4, she doesn't want to get blindsided by a mouse. Slug maybe not as confident in stutters as James might be, because James has more experience just in general. So it's a good call to just try and catch an enemy early. If it's the right one, you take the fight. If it's a mouse, you can despawn it quick. And Slug finds her first 4-pack pretty quick, a little bit quicker than James. James here on his second. There's about 1 slug pack between the 2 of them.
James had a bit of a tougher time getting them to spawn, so Slug can hit some consistent spawns here. Save a decent chunk of time. Oh, James hitting that 3rd pack.
Yeah, James. The luck turning around yet again. Alright, we get the mouse stuck there, and then we just move back and forth here, and a quick second 4-pack for Slug. So James has killed 12, this will be 8. Once again, you need 22 total. Yeah, the bomb rolls that we have for our current Onet manip are on the higher end of the bomb roll damage. I believe the max damage a bomb can do is like 135. So, ooh, and another quick pack for Slug here.
All right, Jam's deciding to move on. He's gonna go for the 6-pack. Oh, we got another 4-pack here.
4-pack right here, yeah.
And that's something always good to learn, is being able to identify those different kinds of packs, separating those from Antoid packs.
Yeah, so Antoids can't spawn on the first floor, but they can on the second floor. But Slugs can still spawn on the second floor as well, and they use the same sprite. But Antoids will never spawn in packs larger than 2. So if you see like 4 of those sprites very close together, those are guaranteed going to be Slugs. It can be difficult if you have two packs that spawn sort of far from each other, but like close enough that they might be a little bit ambiguous.
Sometimes it's easy to get confused and they get mixed in.
And James looking for an Antoid and Slug fight here.
Looks like, yeah, he's gonna get it.
Oh, Slug with 1 despawn instantly finding another pack.
Jam's taking down that Antoid quickly. That's huge.
Yeah, they can call for help. They can life themselves up, so it can take a while, but James able to get through it fairly quickly. So they're gonna life up, and they technically don't need to get 2 butterflies. You can have up to like 26, 27 psychic points, but oftentimes you can just have 25 as your max. Like, you could check, but I think James would probably just go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Slug another instant despawn into another Slug pack. So this would be Slug's last 4-pack that she has to kill. And then she can make her way towards Titanic again. Yeah, 24 offense. That's how much offense you need to one-shot a black Antoid.
Wasn't sure. He hit 4 on level 8, so obviously he was at 20, which seems pretty high for level 7.
It's pretty
high,
common. But... It's pretty common to have 20 offense on level 7.
Oh, okay.
I would say. The rarer ones are to have like 19 or 21 offense. And you can get up to like 26 offense at level 8. Like, pretty high. A pretty strong attack from Titanic Gain on this first turn. Looking for this Rockin' to roll high. 65 is about average, though.
And Jam's on the low end of health here. Yeah, he'll keep rocketing. Oh, shield is up.
Shield is up, makes the fight a little bit longer, 68, so it's roughly about 140 damage. The Ant has 235 HP, so...
Yeah, this will be a bit of a grind.
Yeah, some crits could help speed it up, though. Ant being aggressive, too, which is not what James wants to see. Shield's gone.
21's okay. Safe zone, okay. Nice miss.
Magnet is great to see.
A good couple turns here.
Yeah, 1 or 2 turns. The smash will definitely seal it.
Yeah, that was second half of that Ant fight. Pretty dang smooth.
So James on a pretty nice on net pace here.
Crits are always welcome in Titanic Ant fights. I mean, when is a crit ever a bad thing?
Run away from this 6-pack of slugs.
Oh no!
Which I don't disagree with technically, but it's just getting some bad luck. The run chance right now has got to be at least 50%, because they are not very fast. There it is. Just a quick high five here, as Slug is going to be getting some butterflies and then head towards Titanic Ant. Slug despawning. He's two Antoids. Does not want to risk stuttering it. This one Antoid's pretty far though. Oh, unfortunately gets red sword.
The lag.
Yeah, stuttering is not easy, and lag makes it way more difficult, and sometimes impossible, depending on how many things are on screen. Gonna be eating the cookie.
Get that cookie out of there.
Yeah. Not gonna risk stuttering that. It's a very difficult stutter to go for. Gonna go for this one though. Very nicely done.
Nice clear room.
And yeah, just eating a burger to top herself off right before starting Titanic Gate. You never know. Be as safe as possible going into this fight. Outspeed, which is actually good on the first turn. Magnet, we would just want for 6. Alright, 5 is fine.
Nice.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you can get the second rocket off. That's the most important thing. Slightly higher rock and rolls here for Slug. The magnet is great to see. Another magnet. There's wasted turns. He keeps trying. He keeps trying.
Wow.
Wow, that was a really nice Titanic Ant. He just wanted psychic points. That was the only thing he was interested in. So Slug's numbers are red because life split. So that means she's behind her PB on that current split. So in her PB, she had killed Titanic Ant faster than in this current run that she's doing right now. Yeah, you can see James's are now red as well because now he probably has a split for Captain Strong, and apparently his split for Captain Strong is at 26-22, which is a very strong.
Yeah, just a live split thing. Ooh, hamburger drop, nice.
Little hamburger drop, 1 in 8 chance there for the cops to drop that. That was the last cop. I did see a crit happen on one of the cops, which is very lucky for James. And Captain Strong here, coming in with 20 psychic points and a decent chunk of HP. Might still heal in the first turn, just because you don't want to take any risks with this dude.
Take those hits for 40 plus, like that one.
Exactly half his HP done on that rockin'. He's got 140 HP. James playing it very safe. Nice. More than enough to finish it.
Hello, 27, pretty strong on at time.
Definitely very good.
Yeah, everything went, I mean, Frank's split was really good. You know, slug grind was decent. Ant fight went super well. Cops were cops.
Well too. Yeah. See Slug using the skip sandwich she picked up here in Giant Step on the way out to speed up the walk into cops.
Going for it.
She's got a decent amount of burgers coming into cops. She barely had to use any on Titanic Ant. So she's in a comfortable spot now. But cops can be quite rude if they do the crushing chop, which is their stronger attack. If they just keep doing it like over and over again, it just gets out of hand pretty quick. Oh, a crit right out the gate.
The outspeed crit.
Yeah, outspeed and crit. Get this dude out of here.
One shot. Generally, you want to stay above about 50 health here. If you get below 50, looking to heal.
Slug has outsped the cop consistently so far, and she was outspeeding Titanic Ant quite frequently. I think she has some super high speed rolls on level ups, which
Goodness.
is sometimes cool, not always the greatest when you're trying to do heal.
Right. When you're attacking and critting,
Yeah, always.
It's great.
Always great, yeah. There it is again.
It's working out.
It's working out great, yeah.
Usually you're cursing those outspeeds with the heals, but none of that. 6 is max. Interesting.
Another heal here, probably. Life up is a good call. I agree with it. And then their outspeed coming into Captain Strong with full HP, 27 psychic points. That is a rare thing to have so many psychic points coming into Strong.
2 Rockins and a heal. Usually it's at best 2 Rockins. Or sometimes you get in there with 30, but
She still has a good chunk of her burgers left too.
Yeah. Oh, 51.
Yeah, she probably heals here just for safety. You just rocking to do at least 75 damage.
Ooh,
2 HP.
too short.
But getting through Onett, 30-44 is still a good Onett time.
They just ripped through those cop fights.
Absolutely, she definitely saved some time there.
Alright, Jam's just doing a little story advancement, a whole lot of walking.
Yeah, we're just hitting some story triggers. Have to load the iron pencil after giving Apple Kid some money. And then we'll get the pencil eraser, and then PRV proper can actually begin. That's where things can be pretty scary for a lot of runners.
This tournament,
It's just a scary place in general.
It has not been kind to people this year, so let's see what we get today.
James thinking about getting the butterfly, but the butterfly trying to lure him towards some rambling evil mushrooms.
Don't go chasing butterflies.
Yeah, don't.
It's one of those things you learn pretty early on with this run. You make that mistake a couple times, it's like, all right, I'm not gonna chase those things.
Yeah, and I mean so James does need 2 butterflies, same with Slug. But PRV just has so many common butterfly spawns. One which is virtually guaranteed, that there's no point in risking, getting into a fight or losing time to, chasing a butterfly that is like kind of going out of the way. When you're gonna at least get them in PRV, like as a worst case scenario. And then sometimes they walk into you.
Yeah, they'll just walk straight into you. Wacky butterflies. These caves can be a real pain, especially in you're grinding out PB runs and you can just lose so much time despawning.
Yeah, it's one of the things I'm very thankful for Tucson about, in regards to manipulator runs at least. These caves have always been such a big pain. I'm real glad that manipulation exists, because I don't have to worry about them anymore.
You just bleed so much time in there sometimes.
Yeah, just these door transitions, you just see how long it takes to go in and then back out and then in and then back out. It's just a lot of time.
So far so good. That Nemi movement working out for James. Oh, never mind. Commentator curse immediately in effect.
There's a second butterfly for James.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Homie came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Said surprise.
It's definitely one of those games like you can't look off screen, so you'll be like, oh, I'm safe, everything's clear, and you look away for half a second, you're getting red swirled by something.
Yeah, this PRV is not a place you can ever take your eyes off the screen for any amount of time. James could have gotten past that. It might have to, but now it's harder because there's a tree.
Wow, the squeeze.
Yeah, so going down here to despawn, not gonna actually be picking up the life noodles, just trying to despawn, but it is rough. This direction does not make it easy to despawn. And those guys down there might swing out. Oh, gonna get them caught. Very nice stuff from James.
Yep, using those boundaries to his advantage. Two step on snacks? Man, it's rough.
Wow. Very rare to have two of them.
It just be James.
Yeah, just be James.
Easy strats. Oh, brutal.
Ooh, this is a bad thing. So you cannot run from this fight. Even if that was a green swirl, it would not have changed the situation. James has to rock in these guys, and potentially, well, that rockin' killed that guy. So not having to use a second rockin' is at least one stroke of good luck there. But it is unfortunate to take this fight.
There's nothing you can do there. It's, you know, you can get spawns in there, sure, but usually you just walk back out. Those things were as close as they can get.
Yep. It's one of the reasons you never buffer movement into that cave, although I wouldn't have saved James. That guy was spawned right on top of the door. But they can still spawn like right very, very close to the door, where if you buffer movement and you walk even like 1 pixel, you will get into the fight. So it's always good to make sure you try and react to what is going to be in there, because you might have to make a quick getaway.
There's a lot of those doors in this run where you just don't want to buffer movement at all, and it'll catch you.
We see that Sprout Cave on Slug side, doing what it does best.
Sprouting spawns.
Alright, hit the crow, which is kind of nice.
Right, yeah, usually it misses.
Yeah, crow's Rockin's chance to hit is based on speed. So if an enemy has high speed, they have high resistance to Rockin. Crows have 77 speed. We got a call for help, and if this guy keeps calling for help, this could be bad. But we're actually more preferably looking for the attack here.
This gets out of hand real fast, and there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, did he target the right one?
Yeah.
He did. Very fast movement there, but this is scary for James.
Yeah, still a bad position. He's just gonna go for it. 1 health.
And we're looking for a failed call for help, and he survives. Wow.
Gets it. And again, the Jams luck on those turns. Wow.
1 HP in a dream.
That was insane.
Yeah, so James probably gonna steal some eggs here. Get themselves back to a comfy amount of HP, and then also have some healing items coming into Carpainter. They're still not out of the woods yet. There is one more cultist fight to come up, and if that guy calls for help, it's a very scary situation. We have 1 Rockin' available to us.
That's huge. At least he has that. Like, if he had no psychic points here, this is a really dire situation.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of experience from all those cultists they had to fight, so now they
Right.
have actually a humongous chunk of HP, so they are a bit tankier.
Meanwhile, Slug kind of just cruising along here.
Yeah, she's making her way catching up. PRV was a little rude to her here and there, but, you know, not taking any fights, she played it well, despawning where she needs to, and it looks like she's going to be able to get through it, potentially. Just this one last spawn to deal with.
I want to say she's made up at least some time against Jams here with how poorly this has gone for Jams as a split so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the cop split alone, she probably gained some time against James, and then with all these scary cultist fights, although James getting a crit there on that cultist fight, which I'm sure he's happy to see. She's definitely made up some time here.
I didn't see. We had some crazy cultist fights this morning as well, apparently.
Wow, that's happy not being nice. We're looking for reflex here from Carpainter. A crit here is nice, but the life up might negate it. All right, so 7 damage from that crit stuck through the life up. James using a rockin'. Playing it actually kind of risky in my opinion, considering how little healing items they have. But that one reflect might be all they need.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yep.
James pulling it through.
Yeah, some really scary situations for James. Seems like the game was saying, hey, you know, just a reminder, I can kill you at any time. Just don't forget.
Jams just jamsing. As a counter.
All right, Slug in the shack fight now.
Three is nice.
All right, Mr. Crow. Looks like she wants to try and save the psychic points.
And not a bad move
you know
here.
What? Yeah, don't risk it too much.
Yep. Let's just end it. Yeah, you will see sometimes people, if they get in that situation where the Rockin' gets one of the cultists, they'll just bash out the second one. But Slug not willing to deal with calls for help there.
Yeah, definitely a smart call. Probably going to be some thievery here from Slug as well. Yep. It's brutal that the sign says we trust you too. We trust you. Okay, well, shouldn't have did that. That was your first mistake.
It's the equivalent of the Halloween putting all the candy out.
Yeah, we trust in this kid just putting it all in his backpack. Alright, we're looking for a mole death warp here on James's end. So we want the mole to be aggressive. We'd like them to kill Ness first if possible. Paula is still nice, but I'm gonna use the chick.
Solid play.
Chick is gone now.
Peace out, chick.
Yeah.
Nice, not bad.
They're pretty decent. Slug now starting Carpainter. Rocking on the first turn. We got to reflect, so might end up with 2 reflects. Actually, this could kill.
Wow, Slug
it does. Wow.
That's pretty much, it seems like that's what Slug said. Wow, and laughed at premonitions.
Well, she's not thrilled because she has a lot of HP coming up for this death hort, but it is a fast fight still. Like, you still want it to be a fast fight, so It could still end up being okay.
Just threw out that rock and it's like, yep, this is gonna go perfect turn one, and it did. Back to back, 25% chance.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 4 chance that the lightning will hit Nest there. James here hitting some story triggers, going to be watching a Runaway 5 show, freeing them from the shackles of their phony contract, and then making their way to Threed. A lot of crows spawning, but Slug with some very good pathing to avoid taking any crow fights. We'll see what Slug decides to do for her death orb. Looks like she's going to head into PRV, either try and find a UFO, which are super aggressive. UFO enemy is a real rude dude and likes to shoot you with his little laser gun. Or might try and find a tree and sprout fight and then just kill the tree and let the explosion do the work. There's a UFO right there, but not taking it. Interesting.
Going for the noodles, maybe? No.
Maybe. I think you just take the death at this point. You just take this fight. And
I like the PRV death warp personally. I mean, obviously at that much health, it seems the way to go. But yeah, if you can get a UFO.
That spinning robo. I think that spinning robo is gonna die soon. So yeah, you see her not bashing it anymore.
Keep that damage up.
Yeah. So I mean, you lose a little bit of time from having to walk all the way over here. That's one of the downsides to PRV death warp, but they are super aggressive. So you do get a very consistently fast death warp, even with so much HP.
Draw bad is interesting. That's a cool move. You don't really need it for anything.
In Boogey percent, no. In non-minute glitchless, I might keep the bat. Just for Belcher space mostly. Not really. Accidental gray fights are mostly solved by them not hitting Paula and then just having Paula use for you. Depending on the enemy you're taking the fight in Graveyard, like Ghosts have 30 speed, so they're very fast. Rockin's not a very good PSI to use against them as a result. So they're super weak to freeze, as are most enemies in Earthbound in general. Obviously some exceptions.
RJ is appeased.
Yeah, we saw a very nice right bust from James there. Some very nice movement.
Yeah, that was pretty much perfect movement. Didn't get stuck. Avoided the trigger.
Yeah, trigger's a lot smaller than I think people give it, the credit for. They're just being very cautious, which I understand. It's about a 20-second time loss if you do get it. So better safe than sorry, right? But when you've been running as long as Jams, you start to push the limit. You realize it's not very big at all. so you don't have to walk very far right, and then you're able to try and squeeze behind that little like I guess it's like a light post.
Yeah.
And James walked through it beautifully.
Oh no.
And Slug unfortunately accidentally hitting down, getting the photo trigger. This happened in their first bracket race as well.
First by the photo trigger.
And I gotta find my phone.
Oh no.
I texted her when it happened in her first race. So I feel it's appropriate to text her again.
Like, you know she's gonna see it. Gonna check Darren Runaway 5. Oh, jams, unavoidable flies. Maybe we'll see some fire strats.
So the one fly fight, not too bad. But you don't want it to hit Paula. Crit on Ness is just fine. This freeze should just kill it. And yeah, so Paula's gonna have an extra level. Gonna be having fire for Boogie Tent. Yeah, flies definitely get one shot by freeze pretty reliably.
Makes that fight really quick. It's like, I mean, obviously, you'd avoid it if you obviously would like to avoid it if you can, but pretty quick with just the one fly, and getting fires makes Boogie Tent a lot safer.
Yeah, it gives you the option of, even if BBR rolls really low, to really clean up the fight a lot easier. You don't need to rely on like prey or some nest crits or something like that. We'll likely see Slug. I know Slug prefers left bus. Left bus is just the ultimate safety in avoiding the photo trigger. Actually, she already got the photo, so she just goes down. Yep.
My favorite.
The down bus.
Down bus is best.
Straight down. Normally, she would do left side bus, which is the most consistent way to guarantee you don't get the photo. Just hold left coming out of the theater. You walk around the longer side of the bus. It's a little bit slower, but there's like almost no chance you'll get the photo at that point.
Taking in the sweet sounds of Snowwood boarding school.
Yeah. Snowwood boarding school got a great track, in my opinion.
Decent vibe in here.
Got a trick-or-trick kid on Slug screen, kind of making things difficult over here, adding a bunch of extra lag to this already very laggy section of 3.
Holy.
Ooh, yeah, very quick save there from Slug. The fly came swooping in. A lot of spawns, making things a little spooky here in the graveyard.
These butterflies typically don't help.
Yeah, butterflies, each flap of their wings updates RNG. So it's just a sort of chaotic mess of the RNG being updated at a constant rate that can... It makes it feel like there's just a higher chance of spawns. I guess technically there would be, just because it's rolling through more RNG updates. But Slug able to despawn effectively and get through the graveyard without taking a fight. Meanwhile, we got James. Get your Tessie emotes ready in the chat. I want to see them. We've got our main man, Tessie, about to show up.
Deep in thought, Tessie.
One of my favorites. Only way to tell is the hand, because their face is not giving that away.
Nah, no song requests. At this time. Is this something commentators have been doing, like singing the Tessie song? I'm missing out on commentators.
Oh yeah, we've done our own renditions of the Tessie song.
I missed all that.
Very similar to that time I did some of the Earthbound OST when my sound went out on my stream like several years ago.
Remember that.
This protoplasm fight can be annoying, but James looking like their first turn was a wasted. No, it was, and they're gonna die to the protoplasm.
All too common fate.
Yeah, it's just something that can happen. They attack 3 times in a row, you're just not surviving. But it's a very quick death at the very least. Loses about 25 seconds or so, if that. The annoying part is that the proto doesn't go anywhere, so he can definitely he can chain kill you. Alright, looking like the second attempt a lot cleaner. So that duck would have been skippable. James just deciding I'm just gonna fight the duck. It's in a position now that's really difficult to try and pull it downwards to get the duck skip. So better to just fight the duck outright, quickly get through it instead of wasting time going for a skip that may never happen.
Once it shifted out of that little nook, right, it's just not worth it anymore.
Yeah, it can definitely stay in that nook. That was kind of how we originally did duck skip before people started pulling duck super far down and stuff like that. If it was just in that left side nook there, you just try and quickly walk by it, duck, and sort of faff around for a little bit. And if you can get by it quick enough, the duck will get stuck on the wall as you're going up. James on second proto here, not able to get any of the skips, but a quick fight still.
And luckily for James, he's got this buffer of a lead. He can take a slow brick road.
He can take a slow brick road, could potentially still take a death in Pawn Cave and end up being still okay here. Slug about to start Tessie, so love to see some more Tessies in the chat. Great stutters from James.
Thought about it.
Yeah, it's a difficult stutter to go for. There could be enemies ahead making it difficult. That mushroom is already on screen, so it counts as one of the enemies. There's a lot of mushrooms on screen actually, but makes stuttering difficult. This stutter, kind of tough, but doable. Needs to kind of go above them like this. Really great stuttering from James here. Looks like they're going to be home free here.
Oh yeah. Pawn cave stutter is just kind of the norm now. You kind of just have to go for it.
Yeah, it used to be a thing not many people did. And then we just had runners eventually get good enough at stuttering that they started getting gutsier and gutsier with the stutters they do in Pawn Cave. And it evolved from there. People just started reliably stuttering Pawn Cave just as we got better and better at the run.
I see some pretty crazy stutters out of people.
Very quick despawning there for James, and they are out of Pawn Cave. Slug, meanwhile, fighting first proto. And getting a very clean first proto fight.
The rare late Kabumek.
Kabumek usually very punctual. And Slug doing the same thing with the duck, just gonna take the fight. Has enough HP this time that she probably won't die to the duck like she did in her previous bracket race.
Everyone always talks about left or right bus. Never consider late bus.
A monkey stopping at the worst time, but with the XP from the first two fights that she took, she should be able to two-shot this protoplasm. No skips, but still a pretty quick brick road, all things considered. Like getting into all the fights, but all the fights were super clean. Really not a worry of dying. No turns needed to take healing or anything like that. So we'll see how Pawn Cave can treat Slug here. She is on PB pace currently.
kind of one of those fringe benefits of going up against really good runners. Forces you to play really well and probably PB.
Yeah, and I think Slug understands even that there's no shame in losing to someone of James's caliber. No shame in losing to anybody really, but you know, James has just got that the wow factor of just all the great times they've been posting up, and this is kind of no exception, to be honest. They're on a pretty good pace right now.
Definitely majority of the, at least against the splits, the time lost is in Happy Village. Those extra fights and things just were not going Jam's way.
Yeah, that was honestly a very scary section. It could have been a realistic situation where Slug had a chance to tie up the run right then and there, but James ending up being able to pull through the happy section despite how rough it was. Bubble Monkey getting the stopping right there, making this red swirl fight happen. Sure, Slug is not happy about, but still on a decent pace right now. She's just hoping to get through the rest of Pawn Cave here. Mushroom just a bit too high to really try and walk above it or anything like that. So Slug says hello to the pond of Pawn Cave.
There you go.
Well, James could be heading to Boogie Tent now, so we're going to be able to see how this goes. Oh, using the skip sandwich on Jeff just to give him a little extra HP.
Do have fire from Paula, so let's see what James goes for first turn here. Probably still see defend BBR, I imagine.
I think with the heal on Jeff, we probably see defend BBR, because the idea there is to give Jeff a little bit extra time if he does get hit. 651 is more than enough.
One shot.
That is a GG for James. But yeah, Jeff's HP does not get reset after Winters. Only Ness and Paula receive the full heal.
James will advance.
And they'll be facing off against Iconic next. Iconic, historically in brackets, always pulling off a lot of upsets. They do very well in brackets, and it hasn't really been an exception so far. Their first posted their first race, they got a 108.12. Not very far off from what James just got.
Yeah, Iconic, a perennial top 3, if not top 2, almost every year. So in the finals a lot.
That's he's had a lot of second place finishes. Like hoping to try and take home the gold this time, as it were.
I guess they have kind of gone up against each other at least a couple times. Yeah, that's going to be a great race. I mean, obviously, as we get in the top 4 here, we're going to see some pretty crazy races.
Yeah, and then we have as we're in the Skyrunner section here, we have Flintstone versus Peen Train, which will actually be happening tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, and that will determine who goes up against Miss Des Games, who is the winner of her match this morning against the 3rd seed Octopus Gal, also the world record holder of Boogie Percent. It was a super close race between them, and definitely believe it's been highlighted. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely be wanting to check that out, because they both played a great race.
we'll definitely be doing our best to try to square away those other races.
Yeah, we have some other races that have yet to be scheduled, such as myself versus Ukoid, which we're working on right now. And the winner of that will face off against Ilaya, also known as Oxboss, who has been here in the chat.
In the chat. Zombies. Oh.
The
sleepy text.
Yeah. Some
I see
people
this one too often.
Some people gotta, it's 11:17 p.m. Eastern. Some people gotta work early in the morning. Game is trying to give them a hint. Then get to bed, dummy. So Slug's still on PB pace here. Looks like she is like minus 39 seconds or so.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's harder when you're colorblind too, so I have no clue. I just know it is ahead.
GG Jams. Although he probably can't hear us.
Nice little text skip on the door there. You can actually use the bad key machine slightly far enough away that you do not get the door is locked text. Thank you, Darts. Thank you for helping a colorblind person identify. Picking up the teddy bear, and I believe she picked up the skip sandwich in the Cultist HQ, so going to be using it here. It's a temple classic.
I was always a big fan of that one, and not many people did it for the first few years. Happy to see it.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that we had been trained to be like, well, getting a skip sandwich takes too long, but when it's in a present like that, it's very quick. So it just makes sense. BBR 462, a high damage rockin' or this bottle rocket here will be enough to finish this off. And there it is. So GG to Slug. That is going to be a PB.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, for sure. Not much more than a minute and a half here in levels.
Yeah, it looks like about a minute PB or so. Because assuming if she's going against her PB splits and not like some average splits like that, but I think this is just her PB. Gotta get through a big chunk of level up text and finishing up now.
Very nice. Officially GG. That 112.52. I'm curious if that was actually a PB. Definitely PB. Nice.
Yeah, it looked like it. Definitely a very good race. Congratulations to James for taking the W. Also, congrats to Slug for the PB.
Yeah, making it pretty deep into brackets. Yeah, it was a good race. GG's to the runners. Okay, I'm just looking. I think it's just that one race that's scheduled right now. Yeah, tomorrow at 8
p.m. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we got to get the predictions in. Can't forget. Congrats to the Jams believers. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us. I think we're gonna raid. Looks like Brash. Brash is doing some glitchless derusting.
I believe they're running in a marathon. So I believe they're making sure that they remember the route. Brash, a very strong runner, hasn't run in a while, but been a part of the community for a very long while. And thank you to everyone who watched the stream. Thank you to the racers. Thanks for having me, Temple.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, appreciate everybody racing and joining in. Glad to have everyone. And yeah, so unless there's anything else you want to say, we can get this thing kicked over to Brash.
No, I'm good to go. Everyone have a good night.
GG's, everybody. Enjoy Brash.